All of you can see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. I suppose it's good to start the class. So today, points to be covered, you can see on the screen. We're going to learn about text editing. We're going to learn about undo and redo, moving and copying text, copy and paste, selecting text, selecting non-consecutive text items, selecting a vertical block of text, finding and replacing text, jumping from one page to another page, that is navigation we are talking about. We are talking about non-printing characters, checking spelling and grammar, and knowing about synonyms and thesaurus. Okay, so I'm just going to minimize all this and we will start with the writer. How do we start with the writer? Double click on this and get started. So that's one way of doing it. You can also go to start and then search for that particular open office application and start from there. So I'm just going to start from here.
Sir, when we are on the download screen for OpenOffice, there are 3 buttons: download full installation, download language pack, and important hints. We need to click on download full installation, right?
Full installation, yes, full installation. Okay. So let's start with text document. Now the document is open in front of me. I will increase the zoom so that you can see. Fine. I'm going to type some text over here. This is the first line of text for learning. This is my text which I have. Now we are going to first learn the initial things about cut, copy, and paste. Okay, so let's learn that. This is one set of words which I've got with me, and I want to make copies of it. So first thing you have to do is copy this entire text. So for copying the text, you need to click at the beginning from where you want to start copying. Suppose your cursor is at this point where it is blinking right now at this particular point. So you have to keep your cursor over here. And if you want to copy something which is on the left hand side, you have to press the shift key and use the left arrow key. When you press the left arrow key, it starts copying the characters which are there on the left hand side. But suppose your character is over here, your cursor is over here at line, and you want to copy something which is on the right hand side, press the shift arrow key and then press the right arrow key and copy that. So that's the way of selecting it. Okay, this is one way of selecting. The other way of selecting is you keep your cursor from where you want to start copying, click the left mouse button and start dragging. So as you drag, it starts copying the entire thing which is till where you want to copy. So once you have done the selection, leave the mouse button and it will be selecting that much area, that many characters. Then if you want to select something else which is not in continuation, then you need to press the control key and click at the next place from where you want to start copying, from where you want to start selecting actually, and then keep the control key pressed and then drag and select all that. So you'll find that I have selected, this is the left 3 words in between and then selected text for learning. I want to copy only this much. So now after selecting, I want to go to copy. So you can go to edit and then from there click on copy. So this text has been copied, and where it has been copied, it's copied on the clipboard. Now clipboard is a memory which is available. It's a working memory for you where all the things which you copy, which you select and cut or copy, they are kept in the clipboard. From the clipboard, you can paste it anywhere you want, right? So now my text is already there in the clipboard. I will go to the next place where I want to paste it and press Ctrl V. So Ctrl V is the shortcut key for pasting. Another way of pasting is keep your cursor wherever you want, where you want to paste it, and then go to edit and click on paste. So it has pasted over here, right? So we have learned two things just now. One is selecting the text. So selecting the text can be done in two ways. One is by clicking at that point and then pressing the shift key and using the arrow keys. So you can do the selection of text with the help of keyboard. Second option is you can do the selection of text with the help of mouse also. So I click over there and select the text which I want to copy. I've selected it. Now I copy it. So one method of copying I showed was by clicking on edit and then copy. The second method of copying is by pressing Ctrl and C. So Ctrl C is for copy. Then take your cursor wherever you want it and press Ctrl V. So we learned these things. Copy is Ctrl plus C and paste is Ctrl plus V. Now, as you type something, it might happen that you have typed something which you don't want. There's some mistake over there. So what do you want to do? You want to get rid of that. So getting rid of that, there are two ways once again. You can select all this and then just press the delete key. So it's going to delete everything. Otherwise, you can select all this and press Ctrl X. So when you say Ctrl X, it's going to cut. It's going to cut that part. So for cut, we have got Ctrl plus X. Ctrl X is for cut. Once again, I'll show you. You have typed something, you have done some work, but afterwards you realize that this is all wrong and you want to get rid of this text. So just select all this text and then go to edit and click on cut. What is the shortcut key for cut? Ctrl plus X. So I click on this. So it has been cut, right? So that's about copy, paste, and cut. Sometimes when you have done something, say it is copy, paste, cut, formatting, typing, or inserting some picture or deleting some picture, you realize afterwards that what you did was wrong and you want to undo that. So for undoing some work which you have already done, you have got a button over here in this formatting toolbar. You will find there is a button called with the reverse loop kind of thing with the arrow pointing towards the left, reverse. Okay, so you can press, you can undo this, undo what you have already done. So that's one way of undoing something, clicking on this undo button. Then it's showing you that what is the last work which you have done. The last work which you have done is you have typed something. You can click on this arrow. There's one small arrow pointing down. If you click on that arrow, it will show you the list of all the works which you've done. So you've done all this work till now, right? So instead of undoing one thing at a time, if you want to undo set of things, you can just go till the place where you want to undo. So you'll find that it's showing you the number of actions which will be undone. So actions to undo, 12 actions. If I keep my cursor still further down, it will show me that these many actions I want to undo, 35 actions to be undone, right? If I want to undo till here, I can just click on this and it will roll back. It will undo everything till the last 35 actions. But suppose I don't want to do that. Don't worry. Just go up, select till where you want to undo, or if you want to go one step at a time, you can do that. So I want to undo the last 2 steps. I click on that. So it has undone the last 2 steps. Okay. The shortcut key for doing this is Control plus Z. So when you press the Control Z, it is going to undo your last work. So we have learned one more thing, that is undo. So for undo, the shortcut key is Control plus Z. This is the shortcut key for undo. Sometimes you realize that there is a work which you did and you have already clicked on undo, or you have pressed Control Z. Now you realize that you want it back. So for example, I have typed undo and the shortcut key Control plus Z, and I press Control Z to undo that. You find that it is undoing it. But now I realize that I should have not deleted that. I should not have rolled back that. I want it back. So for bringing it back, you have got its a cousin brother, that's redo. So the cousin brother of undo is redo. If you click on redo, it's going to redo the things for you, which is it has already undone. So if you click on this redo, it's going to start bringing it back. So it is going to start performing those steps which you have undone. What is the shortcut key for redo? The shortcut key for redo is Control plus Y. If you're going to press Control plus Y, it's going to redo the things for you. So you'll realize that the last 2 characters I did not press over there on the redo button. I did it with the help of shortcut key. So the shortcut key for this is redo is Control plus Y. Okay. I hope till here things are easy and good for everyone. So we learned that we can select a set of characters in continuation. So I can select from here till here. That can be done. Or we can select set of characters in separate groups. So that is not in continuation. So I select this group of characters. Then I press the Control key. Then I select another group of characters. And then I press the Control key. I lift my mouse and then take it to the next place. Then I press the Control key once again. And I select the third group of characters. I release the Control key, I leave the mouse, and then I go to the next place and select another group of characters by pressing the Control key and then selecting it. So with the help of Control key, you can select different group of characters. And when you want to copy that, you will press Control C. And wherever you want to paste it, you're going to press Control V. And if you don't like something which you've done last, you will press Control Z to undo that. Simple. Okay. Now let's go to the next topic. The next topic is we are going to learn how to select vertically. That means group of text. Like just now what we were doing, we were selecting it horizontally. Now I want to select vertically. I want to select 1 line, then 2 line, 3 line, 4 line, like that. So what you need to do is just keep your cursor at the beginning of the first line from where you want to select, press the Shift key and press the down arrow key. So when you press the down arrow key, the entire line is selected and your cursor is going down. So keep pressing the down arrow key and it's going to keep on selecting everything which is coming on the way. So all your lines are selected and you can just press Control C to copy all that. And wherever you want it, press Control V. So it is going to paste it for you. So you've got the entire thing copied over here. And if you want to copy, say for example, I'm going to copy this line and make multiple copies of it. so that it becomes a big paragraph for me, right? You will find that when you bring your cursor over here on the left hand side on this margin, okay? So when you bring the cursor over here on the margin, from there also you can do the selection without pressing the shift key and without pressing the arrow keys or anything of that sort. So what you can do is you can come onto this margin and press the left mouse button. If you press it once, nothing is going to happen. If you press it twice, it's going to select the word for you. Okay. So if this is the word, it will select that. Suppose this is the word, it will select that. If this is the word, wherever in front of whichever line you are keeping and you're double clicking on that, it's going to select that word for you. Okay. But if you're not going to double click and if you're going to triple click, say 1, 2, 3, it will select the entire paragraph for you. So 3 clicks on the left hand side margin will select the entire paragraph for you. 2 clicks, double click on the left hand side margin will select the first word of that particular line for you. And then you can press Ctrl C to copy that entire selection and press Ctrl V to paste it once again. Right? Fine. So that's about copying with the help of mouse. Now let's talk about the alignment. Now you will find that as I keep my cursor over here on this paragraph, on the right hand side, there is a properties box. Now this properties dialog box, this properties window, which is open for you, from where do you get this properties window? It's very simple. Suppose the properties window is closed and it is not open for you right now. And now you want to open that properties window. Just go on to the right hand side. On the sidebar, you will find the first button, which is of properties. So click on that and it will show all the properties of the selected item for you. So let's look at those properties now. So in that, the properties, you have got something called as text. So with the help of this, you can change the properties of the text. So you can select a particular group of characters. I've selected these words and I go to this text and I change the font from here. So I've changed the font over here. I can change the font size and I can make it bold, italic or underline. So I'm going to select some other word. So to make it appear different. So I'm going to select this, which I'll make it bold. I will select is and the, 2 words together, to make it italic, and first line to make it underlined. So you find that this is bold, is the is italic, first line is underlined. Then you also have the other options. What are those other options? Suppose there is this line, this particular word in your document, which is not correct. And you want to show it to the user that this particular word is not correct. Say, for example, you have given something for correction to me. And when I finish correcting, I find that there are certain spelling mistakes. So how do I indicate that to you? If I'm going to correct those spellings, you will not get to know that, okay, this word was wrong and sir has corrected the spelling, because the old word is gone and the new word is there. So for example, there is a spelling mistake over here. So I'm making deliberately, I'm making a spelling mistake over here. And I want to highlight this spelling over here. So I'll select this and over here, bold, italic, underline. Next to that, there is strike through. So click on this strike through. You will find that there is a line which is striking through that particular word. And after that, I can write down the correct word. So I can write down learning. Now I want to highlight that this particular word which is written, I have written it after correction. So I want to change the color of this. So over here, you will find in the font color, there are different colors which I can select, and I can select red color over there. So it will indicate that this particular word which you have written is wrong and the correct word is this learning, right? So that's how we can do the formatting of text. Apart from this, if there are some words which you want to highlight, so you can do the highlighting with the help of, there's another option which is available that's called as shadow. So click on this shadow and you will be able to see the shadow of this particular character. Now over here, the words are very small. The size of the characters are very small. You need to increase the size of that. So what you need to do is, I'm just going to increase the size over here still further so that you can see the shadow. All right, now this is clear. Can you see the shadow? So off, then there's a shadow over there. Text, there's a shadow. For, there is a shadow, right? So you can use this shadow also, especially to do with the headings and all that. Okay. Then you have the next option available, which is for increasing and decreasing the font size. So one way was from here, you could increase and decrease the font size. The second way is from these two options which are available. You can click on this and increase the font size one step at a time. And you can click on his cousin brother and reduce the font size one step at a time, right? So this is for increasing and reducing the font size. Let's go to the next. Then there are two other options which are available, subscript and superscript. Now, what are these subscript and superscript? Subscript and superscript is something which we normally use either in maths or in chemistry, or might be useful at some other places depending upon what usage you have. For example, if I have something like this, say I'll have to go to a new line so that it's clearly visible to all of you. I want to write down something like H2SO4, or I want to write down x square plus y square. Now you will realize that in chemistry, when we are writing H2SO4, 2 is not written in the same way like it is written over here. I will increase the font size of these so that it's very clearly visible to all of you what changes are happening. So 2 is not written like this. It's coming on the same line. Okay. But 2, when we write it in chemistry, it is subscripted. Subscripting means bring it little lower than the normal line. In the same way, this 4 which is written will not come on the same line. It will come little lower than the normal line. So what you need to do is you need to select this 2 and then click on this subscript. Can you see that it has already gone down? 2 is gone down over there. Now I want to bring this 4 also down. So what we will do is select 4 and then click on subscript. Or you can also press Ctrl plus Shift plus B. When you press Ctrl plus Shift plus B, it gets subscripted. Okay. So these are the two ways. Now let's work with square. X square. X square 2 should come up. It should not come on the same line. So select this and then go to superscript. Ctrl plus Shift plus P. So it goes up. Select this. Ctrl plus Shift plus P. It goes on top. So that's about superscript. So two more shortcut keys which we have learned. Subscript, Control plus Shift plus B, and superscript, Control plus sorry, it's control, it's not S, control plus shift plus T. Okay. What is the shortcut key for making text bold? The shortcut key for bold is control plus
Control B.
B. Very good. Very good. Bold is control plus B. What is the shortcut key for underline? Shortcut key for underline is control plus U. So when you press control plus U, it underlines the text. So you can select the text and then press control and U. It's going to underline it for you. Okay. What is the shortcut key for italic? The shortcut key for italic is control plus I. So this is the shortcut key for italics. Select this word and press control and I. It's going to make it italicized. All right. So that's about superscripting, subscripting, bold, italic, underline, and shadow. Sometimes we require that there should be more space between the characters or less space between the characters. So you can select this and then you can go to this particular option available, character spacing. How do you want the characters to be placed in that particular text? Do you want it tight? Right now it is normal placing, normal spacing between the characters. Do you want tight spacing? You can select tight from here. Do you want very tight spacing? You can select very tight spacing from here. Do you want loose spacing? Do you want very loose spacing? Or you want to have a custom defined value? Okay, so you can have the custom defined value from here. You can select what type of spacing you want, right? Now, I'm not going to do the custom defined. I'm just going to make use of these options which are available to me. And I will take this learning from here and copy it over here, paste it, and increase the font size so that it's visible to you, and make copies of this. Control C and Control V, Control V, Control V, and Control V. So this is the normal text which you have, learning. I select the next word and I go to this and I make it tight. The next one I select and I make it very tight. The next one I select and I make it loose. And the next one which I select, I make it very loose. So you can see the difference over here. This is normal. This is tight. This is very tight. This is loose. And this is very loose. So depending upon how you want your characters to be displayed on that particular line, you can select different type of placing, spacing between the characters. Okay. Then coming down to changing the font color. If I want to change the font color, I select that particular word or set of words, group of words, and I go to this particular font color and I select the font color from there. So if I'm going to click over here, this is going to give me the color which is already selected. But suppose I want to take some other color, not the same color which is already selected. You've got this small arrow key over there. Click on that. Once you click on that, it shows the entire palette of the colors for you. So you can select the color from this palette. I select this green color, so it changes it to that green color. I select the next word, and now I want to give some other color, and I select this color from there. I select the next word. Sorry. I select the next word, and I select this color. Then next word and this color. Yellow is not clearly visible because of the white background. So I select this. It's visible, right? So this is how you can change the font color. Now, many times it happens that we want to highlight certain word. We also use the highlighter. In the same way, you can use the highlighter in writer also. So select the word which you want to highlight and then click on this highlighter. So by default, if you're going to click on this, it's going to select the yellow color for you. But if you want to highlight with some other color, you can select the colors from here. So this has been highlighted with this color. I select this word and I highlight it with yellow color for me. So this is how you can use the highlighter. Right? Let's move on to the next. I've got this paragraph over here. And if you see, this paragraph is left aligned. What do we mean by that? Left aligned means that you have got, this is the edge of the paper. The paper is getting over at this point. This is the left edge of the paper. This is the bottom edge of the paper. This is the right edge of the paper. And I close this and I go on top. I'll reduce the zoom size so that I can show the entire page in one go. Fine. Over here, now you will see that this is the left edge of the paper. This is the bottom edge of the paper. This is the right edge of the paper. And this is the top edge of the paper. Okay. Now over here, you will find the space between the left edge of the paper and the starting where the characters are typed. This space is called as left margin, right? In the same way, this space is called as the right margin. This space is called as the bottom margin. This space over here is called as the top margin. Right now, if you look at the text, if you look at the character, now I'm going to start increasing the size so that I can show you the difference. Right now, if you look at the character, your paragraph is starting from the extreme left hand side. It is touching the border, the boundary of the left margin. Okay, so this is called as left aligned. On the right hand side, you will find that there is some extra space which is left in every line. This type of alignment is called as left aligned. But if instead of this, if all these characters, that means this R was touching this right margin, this R was touching this right margin, this F was touching. So if the words are touching on the right hand side, then that's called as right alignment. Okay. But if these characters are placed in such a way that the space which is there at the end of the line is equally divided on the right hand side and left hand side, and the text is aligned to the center, that's called as center alignment. So 3 alignments we have seen: left aligned, right aligned, and center aligned. Then there is a 4th alignment also. The 4th alignment is called as justified. Justified means that on the left hand side, you have got the characters are touching the margin, and on the right hand side also the characters are touching the margin. If that is the case, then that's called as justified. And these extra spaces are distributed equally between the words. So that's called as justified. So you've got 4 types of alignments: left, right, center, and justified. I'm going to get rid of these markings and I'll show you the alignments. So keep your cursor anywhere on this paragraph. Go to the properties and go to paragraph properties. You will find left, centered, right, and justified over here. Click on left, which is by default, it is left only. So now I click on center. So you'll find that spaces are equally distributed on the left and right hand side, and the text is at the center. You'll be able to see clearly on this last line. Okay. And on this line also, the space is equally distributed on the left and right. Then I go to right aligned. So when I say right aligned, it's aligned to the right hand side and the space is left on the left hand side. Then I have got justified. So when I say justified, it is touching both the margins, left margin and right margin, and the spaces are equally distributed. There are shortcut keys also. The shortcut key is Control L for left justified, Control E for center aligned, Control R for right justified, and Control J for justified. Okay, so right aligned, left aligned, centered, and justified. Once again, I'm going to repeat these shortcut keys because these shortcut keys make your work much faster. You don't have to keep on moving your mouse and clicking somewhere. Keep a cursor anywhere in this paragraph and press Ctrl L, left justified. Ctrl R, it's very easy to remember. L for left, R for right, E for center, and J for justified. Okay, so right aligned, Control E for centered, and Control J for justified. So over here in the shortcut keys, we have got for left align, we have got Control plus L. For right aligned, it's align, ALIGN. For right aligned, it's Control plus R. And for centered, it's Control plus E. For justified, it's Control plus J. So I will stop over here.